Schulze, who plays Eddie, and one of the creators, Linda Wallow. And then, okay, from Weeds, we have Mary-Louise Parker. And Victoria Morrow. Hello. And finally, from Dexter, we have Michael C. Hall. Chip Johannessen. Well, the topic here today is anti-heroes, and of course Comic-Con is devoted to heroes and villains, but the folks that are up here, they present the anti-hero in a way that is especially compelling to television viewers and to critics, and they've been winning a lot of awards for it as well. We're going to start off, we're going to talk a little bit about Californication. David, with your character, and he's pushed and pulled in so many different dark corners, talk about a little bit about the challenge of keeping him sympathetic and keeping the audience on his side.
Thankfully, I don't ever have to think about that when I'm doing it. It's something for Tom to really think about when he's creating the stories. But I think early on we just decided that this guy was a truth teller, and that hopefully people would follow him, even when he was telling truths that were ugly or self-serving, whatever. So that's always been kind of the keystone for us, was making sure Hank tells the truth, and hopefully that would be sympathetic. And I think that's the way I always go about it.
What about Tom? What do you think?
I love the guy. I created him. He's my favorite child, so I've never worried about anyone disliking him. I've always thought, I've been more worried about keeping him interesting.
And then we have some footage here that you guys are going to show us as well. You want to tell us a little bit about what we're going to see?
No idea what that is, Tom.
We're going to see some new footage. Let's check it out. Tom, there's so many great guest stars. Talk a little bit about some of the folks that you brought in.
This year we have Carla Gugino, who she is playing Hank's criminal defense attorney, because Hank is very much Roman Polanski this year. Who else? We have Rob Lowe playing an insane movie star named Eddie Nero, sort of an omnisexual movie star. Tommy Lee's making a cameo, playing Tommy Lee. We have a young theater actress named Addison Timlin who's going to be playing Mia in the movie.
Well, we'll get back to you if we think of anything else.
And David's one show that a lot of people here, I'm sure, enjoyed as well. You know, you got to see up close a conflicted and vulnerable anti-hero there, and now you're standing next to another one in this show. Talk a little bit about the appeal of these anti-heroes.
Well, I think what appealed most about Tony Soprano was he was kind of the classic anti-hero, right? He's doing things that we never do, but we wish we could do. And so we get a vicarious experience through him. I think Jackie is more representative of the shadow that we all have. She has secrets, she tells lies, she compartmentalizes, she kills the pain, and that's something we all do. And so we identify with her whether we want to or not.
You know, and Nurse Jackie's the exact person you want to see if you end up in an emergency room, I would think. Linda, talk about, you know, at this moment in time, healthcare is something that in this country is like a churning debate. You must have had some interesting reactions from fans, people talking to you about the way the show interacts.
The best part is when nurses come up and say the lines of the show to you. I don't know if anyone saw the end of season 2, but Jackie's big line is "blow me," and so it's really fun when nurses come up and go, "Hey, blow me!" So I feel we're doing our part to help you feel heard. No, look, squeaky cool. This is... You guys... And we're the new kid on the block here with Showtime, and these shows are amazing, so to be sitting up here freaking out a little. So I just want to be honest, because I want us all to be close. This is crazy. There was a question about the show, but I'm having a stroke, so you might want to... I don't know.
Fair enough.
Thank God this is live, right?
You know, I guess the difference between Mary-Louise, I guess the difference between like a villain and an anti-hero is that the anti-hero kind of holds on to the burden, the guilt. Things stick with them as they move forward. I mean, they're not just bad people. Your character is so strong that she seems to be gathering a lot of baggage through the years from all the things that she's gone through.
Yeah, I would say she's not a person who's sort of overburdened by guilt. I don't think she feels badly about a lot of stuff. I think she really, she also doesn't feel sorry for herself a lot. So I think she just keeps, she's like Scarlett O'Hara in a way. You know, I feel like she just keeps going forward and believing that things will ultimately be all right.
Certainly the family, like that seems to haunt her, like her role as a mother and talking about her children. I said certainly her role with her children, though. Like she seems to have some issues as her role. How good a parent she's been.
Well, I don't think she thinks about that. I think she's someone who puts off, you know, sort of procrastinates guilt. You know, I think she feels like she'll feel bad about that later, you know, once she gets through this, or she'll take care of her child next week, or she'll do something special with them next month, or, you know what I mean? I think she does it. She just doesn't deal with things in the immediate.
In Victoria, I mean, the show and the characters have covered a lot of ground. A lot of things that were the basis of the show at the beginning aren't there now. There's a challenge and opportunity in that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. When you're doing what we just did, which is basically, well, in the past we burned down the entire town. You have to completely reinvent the show. And now we're about to send the characters fleeing on the road. So you have an opportunity to make all kinds of new characters, new situations, every new town. It's new personas, perhaps, for certain actresses. You know, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it must be. And Michael, for Dexter, about the character is the code. The code seems to be such a foundation of the show. Talk a little bit about what that has meant for you as you shape the character and how important you think it is to the appeal of the character.
I think the code initially is a way that we get to know the character. He adheres to his tenets, we get to know what they are, and initially it's a way in, and you know, if Dexter didn't have a code and were killing people indiscriminately, I think all bets would be off in terms of the audience allowing themselves to identify with him. You know, he kills arguably horrible people, and that's a part of why we give him a pass for that. Or even a plot. And, but after a certain point, I think what is interesting is to watch the ways in which Dexter starts to lean against the code or even actively defy it. And so it sort of works as something to establish him, something he defies against, and something that he learns that he needs to return to.
Outstanding. And then as far as Chip, as far as the character, sometimes